Yo, 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 what's going on? It's your boy Emanny. You're now tuned into AEOE. Listen, I have not steered you guys wrong thus far. Today, I will not be doing that again. I'm on point. I want to say first, thank you to all the people who are continuing to subscribe. Your support is so appreciated. And for the new subscribers, thank you for coming in. For some of you, because we had a couple of people who left, Joe. We had a couple people. I told you, I'm coming back for y'all. I'm coming back. You gonna give that? It's only 7. We coming back for the 7. I just want y'all to know that. We dropped the record, Joe.
Yes, sir. I've been waiting for that
record.
one.
I released a new record only for Patreon. I'm going to really utilize this platform to do all the things that I should do for the people who want to actually pay in. So the only people on earth who have this record are you Patreon subscribers. So thank you once again for tuning in. Today, I have someone that inspired me, continues to inspire me, and has just always been just a warm spirit, great energy. And it shows through the resume of the people he's worked with. It shows in his actions. It shows in everything that he puts out there in the earth. It just always comes back like tenfold. And every time I see him, he always has the greatest smile on his. That's what I love about certain people. They always just have the greatest smile on their face. And I know we all go through stuff. Absolutely. We all go through things. But when you can just see someone not have to show that to the rest of the world and just be like, you know what? I'm just here to show love. It make me feel bad when I be outside with a frown face. Anytime I see this man, if I got a frown on my face, I gotta be like, nah, fuck that. Life too good, man. Look where we came to. Today, I have super producer Antwan Amadeus Thompson.
It's the full name.
I had to, man. I had to. Yo, first off, thank you.
Thank you, man.
Thank you for coming here. I have a lot that I want to just touch. And a lot of it is not going to be like, oh, let's go down the resume. Listen, I already told y'all before, these interviews ain't to go ahead and give y'all resume rundowns.
Yeah, bro.
He's worked with everybody. He's worked with everybody from the newcomer to the legends to the icons. Like there's J-Lo, Jay-Z, all the rest of all them niggas that word he did. Yes, he's worked with all them niggas. Bro, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm great, and we know each other enough that if I say that, then that's what it is.
Yeah.
Because if I wasn't, I'd be like, I'm not okay, and I love that as brothers we can say that and we can be honest with ourselves. Yeah, we can be honest with others and to share, when we're in great spirits and when we're not. So I feel great. Just like you thanked me, I want to thank you for this opportunity, for us to connect, for us to build, for us to speak, for us to empower, inspire those that are tuned in. You have been doing phenomenal work.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Phenomenal work, and I'm proud of you, brother.
Thank you.
I know we're gonna talk about a lot today. I saw my brother out. I ain't gonna say where. And the moment I pulled up on him and saw him, I was like, "Yo, I want on the podcast right now, right?" And that's because of what you've been doing.
You know, it's so funny, and this is how you know I'm just messed up in the head. I was sitting next to some fine shit. So when he came up, I thought he was gonna come like, "Yo, that's some fun." He came up talking about now. I was like, "Oh, where I?" Well, fuck that. No, it's good seeing. I saw you before that.
Okay.
I remember the time I saw you before that, and we were at salutes to DJ Sussmore. We were at one of his events. He throws these really dope movie nights in the city, and before that, I hadn't seen Amadeus in a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yo, I'm gonna tell you something crazy. Because we're going to tell the truth, the whole truth, the truth. I got banned from the event, bro.
Really? You were the greatest part of the event.
I got banned. See, we're going to have a good time today. And those that know Amadeus, you know me for decades. I'm the most positive, stay out of trouble, influential dude ever.
Amadeus talked through the whole shit, but it was funny. Everything. He was doing commentary for the movie. And listen, I'm a person that when I go to the movies, I want to be, leave me alone, I want to watch, but it was too funny. The movie was honestly trash. Whatever we was watching wasn't even that good. So whatever Amadeus was doing, took the movie to the next level. You got banned?
I got banned. Let me tell you what happened. So, Amber, you know Amber.
Salute to Amber.
Salute to Amber. You know, Amber is slick with her mouth.
She hasn't invited me back to one in a while
see?
either.
You see?
But that's,
you probably got banned too.
No. Yeah, I did, but not the real. I got banned because of mother shit.
Okay,
but
okay.
I just wasn't told that I was banned.
Okay, so
Amber, fix this. We
fix this, bro. Yeah. We like part of the heartbeat of the energy of the vibe. You know what I'm saying? But now you know she could be spicy with her mouth.
Yes.
And this was before the movie, so we was in there. We was, you know how we be connecting and networking. So she was like, Amadeus, sit your ass down. But like out loud.
Oh, okay. Like you forget you talking.
Like
to
we
her.
cool, and and the same exact thing you said is what I said to her. Respectfully, I was just like, yo, one, you said it out in front of everybody.
Yeah.
There's my peers here. There's colleagues of mine. There's people that I don't know that don't know me, and I said you spoke to me if I was your child.
Yeah.
And I said you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, no, but I said I get it. My apologies if I offended you anyway or disrespected, whatever. My apologies, but at the same time, that wasn't cool what you did either.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So that was it. Next thing I know,
not another.
I'm reaching out. I'm like, I ain't getting confirmed. I hit Sus. Sus was like, yo, yeah, you know, Amber told me you guys had that. I said, we ain't had nothing. Like, she said, she made a statement. Yeah. And I said something to her, and when we cool. Yo. And he was like, you know, I can't have you. I said, bro, you know me.
All right. Guess this is what we doing. The next joint, me and Amadeus just bum rushing.
We gonna roll up?
We pulling up. And I dare somebody. No, we just pulling up now. I don't like, listen, and salute to Amber's. Amber's
super shout cool, out to Amber. Shout out to Sus,
you know what's so funny? That's the thing about this industry, and I don't want to always put it to industry, but it is industry, because everyone's trying to make a mark. Everyone's trying to build their name, and I don't want to say set a precedent for how they want to be treated. But yeah, you do want to set a precedent for how you want your events to go, how you want to be treated. Cool. But there's also a space where you know the people that you're working with. You know the people you're bringing around. You know the people. And that's just not just for this. It's just period. So I've now entered to a point where I'm no longer offended or bothered by the things that I see happen in the industry.
Got you.
Like, I've done this for too long. I'm well equipped of the people that I just don't want to be around. I just won't be around. Or I keep conversation very short so they know that there's never no familiarity that we can build to where you feel comfortable even doing certain things. Like you've worked with almost every single person that you should and could work with. Was there somebody that you had to kind of like, and you have to say the name, but was there a situation where you had to kind of like build this boundary? Like, cool, we'll do this working shit, but after this working shit, don't hit me. I don't want to be around you. We are not alike.
I love that question. I've done that with a few artists, right? But I never said anything. I just did it. You know, oftentimes we feel like we got to make a statement or say a reason why or give someone a heads up. And it's like, nah, that's the worst thing you can do. Yeah. Because it's like I'm prepping you or I'm sharing with you my thoughts and feelings and how I feel. And at the end of the day, because of the game that we're in, right, which can be very cutthroat, you know, everybody acting like they real and acting like they hard pause, but then at the end of the day be girls. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, and wear their feelings on their sleeves. So I've learned to just keep my mouth shut and just move. I ain't got to tell you to move. I'm just going to move. And at the end of the day, I feel like we all smart enough and intelligent enough to feel the moment or to feel the presence or feel or see what's happening right in front of your eyes. Now, whether you want to respond to it, it's on you. Yeah. But for me, it's like I'm just going to move. You know, I'll give you an example. Like I'm not a real after party dude. Okay. Not a real after party dude, and you know me because we were shout out to AG.
Yes,
I'm gonna give AG much love.
AG's been up here.
Yeah, AG been up here.
AG's been up
brother,
here.
That's my twin.
Really had a great time. Just
girls love karaoke. Yeah. It was his birthday.
Yes,
because he invites me every time, and you know when you see me, it's like every now and then.
And you don't stay long either.
No. Because I'm not an outside dude. I'm not an outside dude. I'm not, and for me, if I'm out, it's got to be a reason.
Purpose, yeah.
And for me, I came out to celebrate my brother. That's it. I'm like, okay, I'm moving around the room. I see my brother. I see people. And as soon as I saw you, it was business. Yeah. I don't care about none of that. Yeah. I don't care about none of it. Like, shout out to all of the beautiful ladies that was in the building. It was a very, very, very nice ensemble. It was wonderful. AG, you know, they Maddie, they definitely bring them out.
Yes, they do.
Which is another reason why I stay out the way. But, you know, but as soon as I came up to you, it was business. Like, yo, real quick, yo, boom, 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 and then we out. Cause I'm gonna let you. We in the club, bro.
And to be honest with you, we've done this 10 times over. Correct. That's the other part.
Correct.
And for me, going out has a lot behind it today. Because before going out was because, I'm an artist. Yeah. I gotta be out. Everywhere. I gotta see people. Yep. But now I'm in a different realm, and I have to be out now to even start building those connections in that realm. Because now when people see me, the conversation, like where was that? I was somewhere and I saw Ebro. Salute to Ebro.
Shout out to Ebro.
Ebro just walks up and was like, yo, what's up, man? Where's the music? I'm like, yo, Ebro, I'm kind of off there, but he's like, nah, man, you
facts though. Facts. Where's the music?
Well, I got a new song.
Right. But, so we're getting somewhere.
But I also, as someone who respects him and looks up to him in the media space, to now enter the media space and want him to now acknowledge that as well. But his brain is still stuck on where's the music. So a lot of me being out now is just to reintroduce myself in a different way. But I also can't help that people are asking a certain thing. It's just it's a balance that trying to find. The fact that you found it and you've still found a way to keep your connection with people. People's like, it's not like you're the guy who just stays away and people forget. Yeah. Like you can go away for about a good year change and people are still going to be. Yeah.
You know why though? That's because of what you mentioned when I first walked in about my presence and what I'm doing and kind of keeping busy and pivoting and staying out there. Social media, it's really keeping me connected with everyone and allowing everyone else to feel connected to me because you're not seeing me in person, but you're seeing me online. Yeah. And you're seeing all of the things that I'm doing. And when you do see me, you're like, yo, I see you into the touch. And there's a reason behind that. And because I relate, we've been at this for a long time, not to age us, we've been at this for a long time. And a lot of about being outside be hype. Yeah. Like just being everywhere and being seen and being in every picture and having photos to post on your IG. Like, bro, I'm a grown ass man. Yeah. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about how it looks. Because you can look like you busy and you working and ain't doing nothing but taking pictures.
That's a fact.
And there's no shots. If that's what you want to do, cool. But I want to make sure that I'm doing the work for myself and for my family. Like, I got responsibilities. I got 2 kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's what it's about for me. So when I do step out, it's like, okay, I'm stepping out maybe one to have fun. I'm stepping out to network. But I'm very intentional about what I'm doing and where I'm going.
You mentioned your kids, and let me just say the one thing that pointed out to me the most at this moment when it comes to me seeing you do a lot of things within the schools.
Absolutely.
I always see you talking to the youth, talking to the kids, and when you walk in, they're excited.
Yeah, bro, it's legendary.
Like I remember getting a call to go like speak at us, but it was high schoolers. Yeah. High schoolers, they don't really care. So the person
they do though.
But they do. Well, my experience was a little different. Okay. I walked in.
I remember that now.
Remember, and I walked in, and the kids were like, whatever. Like, it was a panel of us, but they were kind of like, we ain't here. But
you did good though.
It was great. And after there was kids that, dope. But the admiration and the joy and just the excitement that I've seen these kids have when you walk in and start talking, it's beautiful. What sparked you to get into that realm? Because a lot of people don't want to get back in that way.
Yeah. I've always done it. From a smaller scale, of course, but I've always done it. And for me, the reason was when we were growing up and we was trying to find our way and figure it out, me growing up in the Bronx, in the hood, in the projects, like, the people that I looked at I'm going to date us on Video Music Box and people that I looked up to.
Yo, chill. Don't worry. Listen, we still look young. All that shit. Yeah.
I always say, like, people say, we're not old, we're vintage. Yes. You know what I'm saying? But like, I'm 45 years vintage. I don't be like, I'm 45 years old. It's vintage. You know what I mean? Black don't crack. You see how amazing we look. Skin is clean. You know what I mean? You feel me? You see the water up here. You see the protein drinks and the shakes. You know what I mean?
We getting there.
We getting there. But I just want to make sure that they know, coming from where I'm coming from, and all around the world in every hood, that if I can make it, you can make it. Yeah. If you see people that's on TV that's successful that could make it, the Cardi B's that's from the Bronx, Remy being from the Bronx, French Montana being from the Bronx, Fat Joe, like look at all of the amazing things they've done and that they're doing. Myself, we're from the Bronx, from the bottom, from the projects.
Yeah.
So it's like if we can make it, you can make it. No excuses. I don't care where you're from. I don't care what you've experienced, what you've seen. Not saying it in that manner. I'm just saying it. Don't allow that to stop you from being great. Everybody has greatness within. Everybody has gifts and talents that are God given, which is my personal belief. Everybody has dreams and aspirations and passion for what they want to do. Some never talk about it. You go to school, you learn math, reading, science, social studies, all of those different things, which you need. Let me look in the camera. Which you need, right? But it's about, what do you wake up excited about?
Yeah, passion.
What drives you? What do you eat, sleep, breathe, drink? Right? Some of the kids want to be artists. Some of the kids want to be lawyers, doctors. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
And when you see the excitement on their faces for themselves and then for each other, you sit next to somebody that's your homeboy, that's your homegirl that you never knew what they loved.
Yeah.
I even call out the teachers. The principals, like, your principal is the principal, but he or she has dreams and aspirations of something else that they possibly could be putting on hold to push you into greatness, to make sure that you're getting the education that you need. So it's a very powerful conversation. I feel like it's a calling that I have on my life. I've never written a speech a day in my life, from the assemblies that I host to the graduation, commencement speeches. I've never written a thing in my life. I tell them when I stand in front of them, like, y'all have no idea what I'm going to say to y'all.
So I'm going to be honest with you. Every interview I've done, and he'll attest to this, whether it be here, JBP, wherever, I don't like, you hit me, was like, I don't do no script. I don't do nothing. First off, the people I talk to is because I want to talk to them. I want to talk to them.
Absolutely.
And on top of that, connecting shouldn't be planned. If I want to connect with you, let me really connect with you. Let's start from the moment we open our mouths and start talking.
Yes, sir.
Where's this conversation gonna go? You're almost gonna say things that's gonna help me leave the conversation where it needs to go. Like that's genuine.
Yes,
like,
sir.
I hate seeing people sit
scripted
and it seems so forced, and it's like, you, fam, we could tell you went on ChatGPT and started Googling something. I hate watching those interviews. You also mentioned, which I thought was super. See, I'm from the Bronx, right? A lot of people have.
I didn't know that.
So peep, that's the craziest part.
Wow.
I'm born and raised in the Bronx. Almost every part of the Bronx, though. Born in Lincoln Hospital.
Wow.
Lived in the South Bronx most of my life. Moved over to Simpson. Lived in Soundview. Lived up and down White Plains Road.
Bruh.
I went to Evander. I'm a Bronx.
I never ever do that.
That's the point. Don't niggas think I'm from Jersey.
Yeah, I thought you were from Jersey.
No. So
I need you to be saying that a lot.
I be saying it a lot.
You're a Bronx king.
Forget.
You're a Bronx legend, bro.
No, you was honored.
Yes, sir.
2024, you was honored.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If, let's just say, the Bronx blew up tomorrow. Let's just say, when they start talking about some of the people that came from the Bronx, you have to mention Amadeus because he's honored by the borough.
Yes, sir.
What did you? Because I got to figure out what I got to do to just be remembered from the Bronx. Who approached you about just being honored? And when you got that call, what was?
Bruh. Legendary. So what my brother speaks of is the Bronx Walk of Fame.
Yes.
And you're going to be surprised. Luther Vandross is on the Bronx Walk of Fame. Prince Royce.
It's crazy.
Romeo Santos and the group. They're all from the Bronx.
I went through that, yep.
Remy Ma, Papoose. Sorry. Oh, that was crazy.
That's all right.
Remy and Pat.
That's all right.
I'm so used to saying them together. They my brother, my sister.
I know.
You know what I mean? Sorry, forgive me. I love y'all.
Black Love.
Yes, Love. I produced that song. So you can see, I'm able to make that mistake because that's my brother and my sister. I wish the best for them both.
Yes.
I wish them happiness.
Yes.
Separately for both of them. Blessings to the young princess as well. Blessings. That's everything happens for a reason, man. But yeah, so I was on tour. On a tour bus. We were going. I forgot. We were going from. I forgot what city we was going from. We was on a Love Heart tour. Trey Songz, Keisha Cole, K. Michelle, Jaheim. On the tour bus, I opened up an email, and I thought they were inviting me to be present for the event. So I was like I was reading the email and I was kind of reading it wrong, and I gave it to my brother Ricky, who's also the guitarist, and my brother in Trey Songz, the Trey Songz Experience, and he read it and he was like, "Nah, Bloco," we call each other Bloco. He was like, "Nah, Bloco, like you about to get a street sign, son." And I'm like, "You sure?" And he's like, "Yeah, bro, that's what it says." And we got to the hotel. We had a night off, and I went to the hotel room, and it was a chair just like this, and I just sat there in silence. And just was like, street sign. And I know what this was. I've been to a few. I've seen what it looks like. It's on the Grand Concourse, and I know you're familiar.
Yes.
Right up the block from Yankee Stadium. I went to Cardinal Hayes High School, so it's all along that Grand Concourse line.
First area?
Yes, sir. And I couldn't even receive the information at that point. It hit me the next day. And I forgot. I think we was on a bus again. You'd be on a tour bus and you'd be driving for a long time, and tears just started to flow, bro. And I was just like, wow, I'm going to have a street sign that, will be up there forever, as long as the world exists, of course. That's forever. Like, that's going to be a staple forever for my kids
that's
to
your
see.
hood. No, when niggas say, yo, you in my hood? No, you can literally walk. Yo,
Bro,
you in my hood, right?
Yeah,
no, look,
hood,
this is
bro.
my hood. That to me is
legendary
shit. It's stuff that needs to be mentioned.
Thank you, brother.
You know what's funny? One of the main things I wanted to ask you, and I'm glad you brought it up, you being on tour.
Okay.
I remember what tour was for me. And thankfully, I have not been on tours anytime of recent. My last tour
we got to get you back out there.
No. My last tour was 2016.
Really?
That's my last tour. My last show. Oh, no, that's not true. Because I just did a show recently last year. My first show since. But my last show before that was 2018.
Wow.
I hadn't hit the stage since 2018 until last year.
Wow.
The tour, I don't have it in me.
Okay.
I don't think I have it in me at this point for a whole other bits of reason. But when I was on tour, shit was wild. I was younger. Life was wild. I was bugging. Yo, two a day. Figure out what that means if you want. But now older, adult.
Vintage.
Yes.
Vintage.
We are vintage men at this point.
Vintage.
Kids, responsibilities,
Yes, sir.
And just we're just wiser.
Yes, sir.
What is tour like for you now in comparison to back in the days?
Believe it or not, and I know you're gonna believe my brother. You'll know if I'm telling the truth or not.
All right.
It's all been the same for me, right?
Okay, that's the first lie.
I promise you, bro. Yo, I promise you, man. I would tell you the truth, the whole truth, bro.
I believe you.
And I got all my band. I got my band members and Trey that can vouch for me.
Okay, you're on tour with Trey. All right, see,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm glad he said it. You are on tour with Trey Songz. Salutes to Trey.
Yeah, my brother for
right?
life. 20 years.
You are not just on tour with Trey. Musically, you are at the front of the boat. Like you're literally
yes, sir. The captain of the ship.
You're captain of the ship as far as the music direction for this show.
Yes, sir.
And you're doing the show with Trey Songz. And if I remember his catalog correctly,
crazy.
It's typically based around women, right?
Correct.
So
correct.
It's
nothing but beautiful women.
Yeah.
That's in that audience that are there to see that man.
So this guy from the Bronx with a street named after him is now on tour with Trey Songz. And you telling me your experience has been the same the whole time?
I got out of the game young.
Okay.
I got out of the game young. I was serious. My son's mom, and we really I really did that. I would go home on holidays or breaks. I would bring her out on the road with me. I'm telling you right now, if you ran into Trey right now and be like, Amadeus, I swear to you, bro.
Really?
Because I just was brought up in a different cloth. Honestly, it's the reason why I'm who I am today. Let's take it to that extent. And the downfall of men is what?
Yeah.
You think about it. I mean, there's a few things, but the number
one
thing.
Helen of Troy. It's right at the top. I'm with you.
So I just was always super duper focused, a workaholic. I'm still that to this day. That's why when I walked in, you was like, bro, that's just who I am. And it's like, if I'm gonna be in a relationship and I chose to be in that, I want to really be in a relationship. I want to be faithful. I want to, because I don't want to lose what I have. I love what I have, and I really did that. So for me, and that's why I said I wasn't at after parties, because you can't play with the fire. You know what I'm saying? Friday, I am a boy. Like, you don't play with the fire. Why am I at the after parties? Trey is there. He's the artist. Most importantly, because it's how I think from a business lens, he's getting paid.
That's true. Yeah.
I'm getting paid I'm getting paid to play on stage. After that show is over, that's it.
Yeah.
So he's going out the party. He's going to have fun. He's going to be. They there to see him. He's the artist. He's the reason they're there. And most importantly, he's getting paid. I'm not. So you know where I'm going to be? In my hotel room, on FaceTime, on Zoom. Not even Zoom wasn't even there. What? AOL.
Yeah, AOL chat something. Yeah.
I'm gonna be on there with my girl, bro. And that's how I was. I'm telling you, that's how I was. Now, I'm from a business lens. I'm a hustler. So overseas, I was the guy. I used to have my own parties overseas. So I went from not going to other parties and not really being a club dude to like, oh, I can get money doing that over there. Cool. Trey used to come to my parties. Yeah. Where we at tonight? I'm in London. I'm in Paris, rocking, getting a crazy bag. Because that, for me, that's what it's about.
You had some in Vegas too.
Yeah, I had a residency in Vegas. Yeah, Dre's nightclub. I had a residency as a drummer at Dre's nightclub for 9 years.
See,
like I'm always trying to, and it's like, and I'll say this, and I know you can relate to this, and everybody that's tuned in. You become great at what you spend the most time at.
100%. So
for the fellas, if that's you being in the clubs and being with the women, then cool, be a porn star. I'm recommending you being a porn star. Why not get paid?
Gigolo at bare minimum.
What up? Not the pimp thing. Let's be clear. We're not co-signing the pimp thing. But be a porn star.
Something.
Get money for it. Don't just be with women and just be that guy and you spending it all. Like, how about getting it? That's always been my thought process of hustle, of like, I want the bag, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you see me when I want to be seen. I'm not popping out at every, because at the end of the day, I'm sitting down now that I'm vintage and I'm saying, why does this make sense for me to be there? Who's going to be there? What do I benefit by going?
Yeah.
And if I can't answer those 3 questions with a guaranteed answer,
it's no purpose.
I'm going to be on the couch.
Yeah. Your discipline, pretty sure it starts early. Your musical upbringing at first comes from, I want to assume, church.
Church and school.
Church and school.
Both church and school, yeah. School first.
What was the upbringing like? Well, just being from the Bronx, I just already know we in the hood.
Yeah.
We in the hood.
It's tough, man.
To have a discipline, to be really on that path. Me, I didn't have it. Very early on, I was impressed by certain things. I was impressionable. If my homeboy had 3 girlfriends, I needed to have 4. If he had the fly Jordans, I needed to, it was just that type of thing. What kept you? Was it the household? Was it your parent? Like, what kept you that discipline?
It was everything, man, because, again, we lived in the projects, 1309 Washington Avenue, the 9, and I'm sure you probably heard it.
Wait, you was
from the 9, bro. Right. His face, zoom in on his face.
Yo.
Says it, I'm from the 9, bro. So that off the rip, right? Both parents went to church, music lovers, very disciplined. We went to church every Sunday. They sent me and my siblings to Catholic school. I went to Catholic school all my life.
Really?
Yep. My siblings, they took my siblings out, but they was like, I feel like we got to keep you in there. The only way to save you and for you to be on the right track is for you to stay in. So that discipline that you speak of, and I never really thought about this until you brought this up, which I love. That discipline came from my parents, but then the schooling and the education that I had.
Structure, yeah.
Suit and tie, shoes. We couldn't have no beards. We cleanly shaved. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Like, that's what it was. And then church, that was what it was for me. And I couldn't really go outside. The only way I can go outside is to go play drums at church and school. So that was life. I didn't, and I love that you brought up Jordans. Like, not that we couldn't afford the Jordans. We could, but the priorities was different for my parents. we're gonna go spend this $500-$600 in tuition for you, so you can go get the best education, so you can go get the discipline, so you can go work on your musicianship. I didn't know. I'm like, why would you send me to Catholic school?
Amadeus is letting me know why I didn't get a fucking street. Everything he's saying, like, I went to Catholic school.
What?
I went to Catholic school all the way up to the 7th grade.
Wow.
I went to St. John Chrysostom.
Okay.
Over on Hoe Ave. Okay. Yes, there's a street in the Bronx
called
Hoe Ave.
And it's not what you think.
And it's not that. Yeah. And I also went to Immaculate Conception on
Really?
Well, it just closed. I went to Immaculate Conception on South Bronx, 149.
Wow, man.
And let me tell you, I will say this. The one thing I do remember about myself within the school system, within Catholic school, when it came to grades, when it came to all that, I was on point.
Really?
It wasn't until we really could no longer afford that where I had to go ahead, and then I got introduced to the public school system, IS 116. Thank you for ruining my fragile mind.
Yo, man.
That's interesting that you say that. Your parents, your parents kind of gave you a push musically because. Like the parallels I'm listening to, like my mom loved the fact that I can sing, but there was no push. There was like, like my high school I went to, Boys Squad of Harlem. I had to go look. I had to go look myself. Like I had to go out and search for these schools. I didn't have someone pushing. My dad was very much so on. Homeboy, I love that you got talent, but you know he worked at NYU. He's like, listen, let's go this path. So I never felt like I had that encouragement in that way. You having parents who are just like, listen, if we're gonna do anything, we're gonna invest in your schooling and also get in there, getting them sticks.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what we're gonna go ahead and how was your relationship with your parents growing up?
It's dope. It was dope. You know, my dad worked a ton, you know, so when we saw him it was probably early in the morning or when he got home that night if we were up. Very family orientated. Watched the TV shows together. I remember watching Family Matters and the Cosby Show and Living Color. You know what I mean? All of those different joints, the Jeffersons, and always try to go and do like family events on the weekends. Our favorite spot was Sizzlers. Remember Sizzlers? Which is now the Golden Corral.
Sizzlers was like the sister to Red Lobster.
Yes.
Damn, we vintage, yo.
Yeah, we vintage. Sizzlers. Sizzlers was the spot. Sizzlers, and we loved Pizza Hut. There was a Pizza Hut we went to in New Rochelle, in the beginning of New Rochelle. I think it's still there. It might be different now, but so we did those type of things. Of course, church every Sunday. Music lovers, you know. So my father had the big stereo systems, and we'll rock out with music on Sundays. We had to clean up the house every Saturday. You know what I mean? So that, you know, it was like a club at the crib, you know, just watching my father play what he loved and my mom play what she loved. So really dope environment, safe. I felt like, you know, growing up, I felt like I was in jail. You know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't do nothing. It was
really
church, school. I was always a hustler, so I loved the work. So I used to go pack bags at the supermarket across the street. Youngin, probably make about $50 in coins trading in.
There you go.
And that
was a hustle. That was
super duper hustle.
Yeah.
Get up early Saturday mornings, be the first one there before they open up. Cashier pull up and you're like, can I pack for you? And I'm like, yeah, all right, cool. Then you develop a relationship with them and you be professional. And I'm always a hustler. And I will make the money and go right to, you know, the pizza shop or Chinese food and buy dinner for the family. And that was exciting to me. For me to provide food or to bring something home from me working all day, I felt like my dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was, you know, fly, little fresh dude. I didn't, you know, again, we couldn't afford all of what I saw everybody else wear, but I did what I can do.
Put it together.
Yeah. I did what I can do. So I'm just forever grateful, man. Just forever grateful. And like you said, that support was really dope. Now, when I transitioned to like wanting to get into hip hop, that's when it got a little ugly.
There wasn't.
No. I want to be a hip hop producer. My fault. The main no glasses. What? I'm gonna be what is that? Just trust me. No. And like you're gonna go to college. You're gonna go. So I went to Mercy College for 5 minutes, literally.
There you go.
and was like, and I went there because they had like a studio and they had a production course, and I'm learning about doing math and rocks and theology, and I'm like, yo, when are we gonna learn about music, and like when am I gonna get to the studio? And they're like, oh, you don't really touch that until like your third year.
I got my shot. Yeah, I'm out. Yeah.
On the week.
Yeah.
I said, can I see the studio? Took me to the studio. The studio was super. We can appreciate it now, but back then, super vintage. Like no keyboards around, no MPC. I was on an MPC, like nothing. I said, this is the studio that you're gonna teach me in music production, engineering, but not even now. Like 2 years from now. And they're like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, I gotta go.
Yeah, this ain't it.
And I went to the dean's office and I was like, what do I gotta do to get out of here? And he was like, you gotta withdraw. And I don't even remember his name. I wish I did. But he was just like, yo, for some reason, like I feel like you're gonna make it. I feel like you're gonna be successful in this because I could just see it in your eyes. And because I was like, bro, I'm from the project, I'm from the hood. Like this is life or death. Yeah, I can't wait 3 years to figure it out and learn. I got to figure this out right now. Like I'm trying to survive.
Y'all studio still got DAT machines in there,
bro. Like
I'm trying to work on. Yeah,
they had the wood. Like everything was wood.
Oh,
like and at that moment I was like, I can't. And so it was tough. I had to show my late dad would always say show and prove. So I had to show and prove what I wanted to do. I had to have a plan, which I didn't really have a plan. But it's just like, yo, let me do what I do. I'm playing at the church. I'm getting a little money from playing at the church, so I can pay, little things around the house. I'm running up the light bill and the heat bill and everything with the equipment being on all day. Until one time, my mom was watching MTV, and MTV Cribs came on, and Swiss was on there. And I remember her calling me down the hall, like, come here. When I thought I was in trouble. And she was like, who's that? I was like, oh, that's Swiss. And she was like, does he do what you want to do? And I said, yes. And she goes, and he got that house and all this money and all them cars and everything and jewelry from that you said you want to do? I said, yes. And from that day on,
go ahead.
She was like, oh.
Keep the light on. Keep the lights on.
Oh. And, and at that point, I got their support. And I think one of the dopest moments ever, right? And is hearing them share how proud. Like, I'm getting emotional about it. Like, that's one of the things my dad said before he passed. Like, he said, yo, Amadeus. And
he
just
told you by your tag name. That's fire. That's fire.
Was just a certain level of respect and, yeah.
Yeah.
You did that.
I had that. I had that moment with my dad. And it was ill because I had got to a point where I didn't need to have the moment.
Yeah.
Well, I thought I didn't need it.
Yeah,
I was just like, you know what?
I agree.
I did my music. I'm already doing. You ain't paying it, but cool.
Right.
And there was a moment where we were debuting the Hold You Down record on 106 and Park with Jadakiss. And they called and like, yo, we got to go do 106. And I'm like, what you mean we? He's like, nah, we going to go on there to talk. And rest in peace to Ice Pick J.
Yes, sir.
He was like, hey, yo, let all your people know. You going? I'm like, let all my people know who.
Right.
So I called mom and sisters and my mom was like, oh, did you tell your dad? And I was like, all right, I'll tell him. All right, cool. So I called and said, yo, I'm gonna be on the 106. He said, what's that? Oh, it's the show. I'll tell you the channel. He said, all right. And I was living with him at the time.
Okay.
So when I got home, he just looked at me and he just had this smile, like he's like, and he would always homeboy, homeboy.
Yeah. Nice.
And he didn't have to say nothing. I was just like, you know
just that.
I didn't know I needed that.
Oh yeah, bro.
But when that happened, it was like, oh yeah, I did it. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing because I know the one person who would tell me if I'm not.
Yeah.
He was the person who would say, yeah, shut all this down.
Yeah. And I know that had to mean, bro. And like I love how you said, we think we didn't need that. We thought we didn't need
that.
Because at the end of the day, we men, we got pride and ego. We worked like crazy to get to where we are to accomplish and achieve the things that we've done. And it's so hard to get there.
Yeah.
And when you get there and you think about the support you didn't have, or the people that doubted you or laughed and joked about your dreams and aspirations. Just it's so many emotions. It's like you're proud that you're there, but then you also have that energy of like, I told y'all.
Yeah. It transferred. The funny thing is that now transferred over to my sons. So this summer we were out and stuff, and this is my youngest son's first time seeing people say something to his dad in the street. So he didn't know. Like, he, you know, dad did music, whatever, this and this and that. My oldest was like a loving hater. Dad, man, whatever, man. Right. Whatever, man. You ain't here sing, boom, boom, boom. And then now he's 17. He's a little more calm, a little more chill. You don't joke around like that much. But now we're out and we're in Florida, and someone comes up and whatever, you know what I'm saying? And my youngest son was like, Dad, he tries to get on his hater joint too, like now. And my oldest was like, come on, man, stop hating. You know you like he was almost defending me now. And I'm like, oh, okay. you appreciate this to a certain degree, because the one thing I will say is, just like you were able to see your dad work and bust his ass. I think this summer, especially for both of them, they got a chance to see their dad, bro. Not just like I bust my ass every day. Yes, sir. It's something that they don't get to see on a day-to-day basis. And I think my oldest out of anything just was able to appreciate, my dad ain't really just out here. He really working. So I liked him picking up on that and almost something I didn't think I needed again. But when it happened, I was like, oh, that was dope. Yeah. It was dope to feel.
I always say, like, my kids is now my why.
Yeah.
You know, like, they love us unconditionally no matter what. The world can throw us away musically. Oh, you ain't hot no more. You ain't that guy. You ain't that dude. Now it's such and such time. But to them, you know, and we've earned that. Like, let me be clear. Like, we're not giving that love and respect for my kids because we're their fathers. It's like, now we've shown and proved we've earned that. Yeah. And it's one of the greatest feelings. I always say it's one of the greatest callings and roles, you know, I can ever play in life. Yeah. You know what I mean? As being a father.
I think, because for me, a lot of this is new growth. Just creatively, dad, all the stuff that I had like arrested development with in the past, say 3 to 4 years, just been like a just total different look at life and everything, and what I want to actually leave behind, and what I really want to be known for, and the why. The why. What was the whole purpose in all this? And I remember just being an artist, being very selfish about needing to achieve this goal to the point where a lot of things lacked. My parenting lacked, me being a son lacked, me being a good partner lacked. Like, I lacked in so many ways just to achieve this one goal of being a singer, right? Yeah. Or artist. And then I got to a point where I was like, yo, I don't even need this shit. Like as much as I wanted the artist shit, as much as I wanted, I don't need it. Like, so why am I still chasing like that high that I no longer, it's not even satisfying me. It's not even getting me to the point of why I'm even doing this. I'm doing this because the people I love, I want them to be affected in a positive way. And that's not just the money. Yeah. I want them to actually, like, I want them to love me. I want them to like me. I want them to really appreciate the time that we have with each other. So that just totally shifted. I just wonder, when you first had your children, did you have to make any adjustments? I mean, your discipline just sounds like your discipline just on point, but did you have to make any adjustments to your career once the children came into play?
I love this, man. So I was so nervous when my son was, on the way. Yo, I went and got a job.
See, back to this. You know what I did when my son was in the way? I started selling dope.
That's a job, man.
A little similar.
Please continue.
That's it. I mean, we're not promoting this, kids.
No, we're not.
It is a job. It is getting money. But yeah, I had a family friend of my son's mom reached out. I was like, yo, you know anybody that's looking for like a quick job? It's like a part-time joint, bro. It was a like a front desk person, and the dude was his name is Angelo Ellaby, huge publicist, and it was for a publicist. It was in the city, and I was so nervous, producing. I wasn't touring yet. No, I wasn't touring yet. So it's just straight production, and you know how that can be.
Yes.
Like me selling beats, waiting on checks, and I just was like, nah. When he comes into this world, I want to be prepared for him. I don't want his mom to worry about a thing. I don't want to be worried about nothing. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this guaranteed paycheck. Yo, I took that job, bro, and I was sitting at the desk answering phones, putting stickers on envelopes, and this is Amadeus in his prime. People, and he's a publicist, so people are walking in, artists are walking in. It's like, yo, Amadeus, right? And I ain't have no shame. I ain't put my head down because in my mind I'm like, yo, for my son. What I like, it ain't nothing. Y'all can't make me feel no way right now. For me, I'm being responsible. I'm thinking ahead, and I'm gonna be prepared. I don't care what this looks like to y'all, but I'm gonna be prepared for him. Now, for me, it was like a win-win because, like, yo, I'm down in the city, because it was about the paycheck, right? But for me, I thought about all of the other positives.
Perks, a lot of perks to it.
I'm in the city already, right? I'm at this office. There's artists coming in. There's there's athletes coming in, right? Experience of learning just from the publicist standpoint, how that works and what they do in the day-to-day. I can, as soon as I get off work, I'm going to the labels, playing beats. I'm going to this, bro. I got it popping.
It worked out.
You know what I'm saying? And, I got to a point when I'm like, all right, cool, I'm good. I did what I needed to do. I feel comfortable now. I feel confident in me providing and doing what I'm supposed to do as a parent, and a partner, and I let it go. So I loved that you asked that question because that's absolutely what I did. The moment I found out he was on the way, and I just was like, yo, I don't know what this looks like. We don't get no manual.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? And I want to make sure that he doesn't lack anything. So I'm going to go get this job. And that's one of the first things I did when I found out he was on the way.
Music question. Do you remember the first album you brought?
If I'm not mistaken, it was a cassette tape, and it was the Who's the Man soundtrack.
Dr. Dre, and Lover.
And Lover. And it
had,
that was a great soundtrack. And it had Biggie on there.
We not old, we vintage.
Vintage, baby.
Listen, go do your research.
And when you think of vintage, right, you think of vintage cars, you think of vintage pieces. It got some age on it, but it's extremely valuable. It's one of a kind. People will pay top dollar to receive something vintage. So that's my thought process when I think about us and aging and growing, not older, but vintage, more vintager and wiser, and having the experience that we have and being polished. You know what I'm saying? And a vintage is a beautiful thing.
I think my first vintage purchase, I want it because I don't have big taste in cars. I don't have big taste in certain things. I have my eyes on this very expensive vintage vinyl player.
Really?
So we've started doing segments where I'm literally just going to vinyl stores and just picking up old classic vinyls.
Really?
And I saw it, and it's expensive. It's out of it. But I get my hands on that, I will never leave the house.
Did you see it at the spot we went to, or?
No. I saw it. I was with the kids, and we was going shopping and stuff, and I walked by a store, and it was a music store. I was like, let me walk inside, boom, boom, and they have it in there. So I asked. I said, they didn't have no price tag. And I said, hey, what's the price on this? They said, it's really expensive. At first, I wanted to be like, it's racist. Like, why you just assume I can't buy it?
Right.
But they was right.
Yeah, they was right.
They was right.
It's a vintage piece.
Told me the price, and I said, holy shit. I said, have you had many people come in here and ask about it? I said, a few people, but people just assume that it's I said, I'm going to be back for that.
Wow.
If that's still here, I'm coming back for that. So.
What, 5K?
No.
10K?
More?
It's lower than 10.
Okay.
But.
More than 5.
It's more than 5.
And it's a record player?
It's the, remember the RCA Victoria logo with the little dog with the spin? It's literally one of like those.
Oh wow.
Like,
yeah.
Great condition.
Really?
You can still see kind of like the little rust, but it makes it
really.
Oh, I cannot wait. Like I like.
Man,
I you know how much I want that. I had a dream with that shit in there. Like I had a dream about this shit. That's how I know I'm like obsessing over it.
In the dream, did you obtain it?
No, I had it.
So that's meant to be.
Yeah.
That's meant to be then.
What was something that you did or obtained that you just thought was just like, holy shit? Like, how did I get here? Outside of just the street being named that, but what happened in your career that when it happened, you was like, yo, I'm here. Or wait, I got this. Or
yeah. I think I'll give you more than one example briefly. I think my first placement, right? Shout out to Foxy Brown. Foxy Brown is the first major artist to take a track from me and it being released. It was released on the Cradle to the Grave movie and soundtrack. Rest in peace, DMX. So I think that was a special moment because it was the first official moment. So all of the years I've been putting in, working, producing, creating, making beats, like that one moment was just like, yo, you are nice.
Yeah.
You are dope. You can be a part of this business. You can be the producer you dreamt of being. So I think that moment, from a touring aspect, I think, playing the Garden a few times. And I'm for those, if you know me, I be crying, bro. Like I'm a very emotional man. Like I'm not ashamed of that. Like I'm emotional. So I remember, and we was on tour with Jay-Z. We was opening. It was Trey Songz opening up for the Blueprint 3 tour, and we was on tour with Jay-Z, bro. And we played, and I'm like, yo, my mom's brought me here to see my first concert. And that was crazy. The two artists that was together you're gonna be like, what? Because I loved MC Hammer. Like, loved MC Hammer, bro. So she took me to see MC Hammer. You'll never guess who opened up for MC Hammer. Jodeci.
Really?
Jodeci. And I was youngin', little kid. They opened up for MC Hammer, and I kept saying, who are these dudes? And, for me, it was always the music I connected with when I was younger. And I was like, the music, the beats, like, it was balanced, but it was like...
Devontae's great.
Crazy.
He don't get talked about enough.
I agree.
He don't get talked about
I agree.
As a
Devontae
creator,
swing.
Yeah.
Crazy. Like, the next day, and this is why touring and shows are so important. The next day, it was the bootleg, but the next day, I took my $4 and I went down to where I get my cassette tapes from, and I bought the Forever My Lady Jodeci album just from that night. You know what I'm saying? So to play the Garden a few times, sold out arena, opening up for Jay-Z, like, moments like that. Like you said, the street side. I'm also on a mural at the Boys and Girls Club in the Bronx, alongside a painted mural alongside D Nice, who's also from the Bronx.
D Nice's
Grandmaster Flash, created the scratching on vinyl. So when you hear that, Grandmaster Flash, Tuffy, me growing up watching Video Music Box every day, Tuffy was the host of that show. Like, so just to see the alignment and how things come together, like, and it's just it's life changing, bro. And we work hard. We're the same. We work very hard. We have goals. We set our goals, and sometimes we're so focused on the goals that we don't take a minute to just stop. And as they say back in the day, and smell the coffee. Yeah. And that's why I'm very intentional. That's why it's flowers on my look today. But these flowers represent me. These flowers represent you. Of me receiving my flowers and me giving you your flowers on the show, because we don't take enough time to celebrate one another and to celebrate ourselves and what we've done and what we've accomplished. Like, we've done some amazing things.
Yeah, the business almost tries to steer you away from doing that. Like, the ego of the business is, how dare you give another man some props? It's like, I've never felt that. I think the only time I ever hated in life might have been just on like maybe a couple other R&B. Trey. Yeah. Trey. Like, oh, this nigga, my generation, Neo. Not like, but it wasn't hate. I I really knew that they were like the it guys, like they were really dope. And it was like, damn, what did they do to get to that point? Because I was trying to figure it out as well. And then you just, once you really get an understanding of the backstory and the work, I'll be honest with you, my work ethic today is impeccable. Like, but back then I didn't have it. I know I didn't have it.
Yeah.
Like I can see me in certain moments where I'll have like a year where I'm just busting ass, and then because I thought, well, damn, I bust my ass this year and I didn't get the result. I'm chilling. I was a guy that put out a project every 3-4 years.
Bro. Yeah,
there wasn't enough consistency to even get through. But then when I look at Trey, I look at Neo, and nigga, Trey dropped a album. No, he dropped a mixtape. Not even Anticipation. It was something before that where he was rapping on the shit.
Yeah.
Dropped that. Then did the fucking album. Then gave us Anticipation 1. It's like, all right, nigga, you are not working. like it's certain shit. So when I see people with that level of shit, I understand why today, there's certain people in certain spots for a reason, and they're supposed to be there to inspire the other people who just going up for talent. Let me just tell y'all. First off, I've learned the hard way, and I'm glad I did because it's put me in a position I am today. That talent shit is a little piece of a larger piece that you need to have to make it in this world. Never mind the business. I thought I had all the talent in the world, and I did have all the talent in the world. What I didn't have was work ethic, and what I didn't have was a business mind to start implementing and doing some of these things. So when I hear people complain, I'm like, yo, you got to be aware of who you are, what you are actually putting into this game. Because if you put in 100, most likely you're going to get back something.
I'm glad you said that, man. To me, that's my whole career. Every single one of us are gifted and talented in our own right, right? But I think what separated me from everyone else was my work ethic. And the word that you named at the beginning, the discipline. Like I never really grasped onto that word until you said it. That's really what it is, the discipline. Like, and that's the thing where I never, and I mentioned this elsewhere, I was never aiming to be the best drummer or the best producer. Like, if anything, it was like I wanted to impress myself. I wanted to grow and be the best person I can be for me. Like, when I impress myself or when I'm loving what I'm doing, that's all that matters. And that's the thing, is the work ethic, bro. Like, a lot of the greats, a lot of people that I was inspired by, producer-wise or musician-wise, it's like, yo, they home.
Yeah.
And and I'm just being a buck, they way better than me. But it's like, and I'm not downplaying, I'm not minimizing my gift, because God gave me my gift, and it's as perfect as it can be coming from him. And it's just about what we do with that.
Yeah.
And I just was a hustler. It still is to this day, where it's like, while you sleep, while you at the club, while you turning up, while you buying bottles, while you at the strip joint, I'm making beats. And I always want to be making beats. I always want to grow. I always want to be working towards, and key thing, working towards perfection. I always knew perfection never existed. Nothing in this world is perfect. Something is wrong with everything that exists from man-made.
Yeah, but it doesn't stop you from
at all
working towards that.
At all. Like I'll put it like this. As a musician, there's some of my favorite tracks that are wrong technically musically. Yeah. Wrong. That whole bass line is in the wrong key. But yo,
James Brown, there's a scene, and I'm not sure if it's like accurately depicted, but I'm pretty sure I can see James Brown say, James Brown is telling his band to do something, do this, and the response back is, James, that doesn't make sense to it. And James like, does it feel good? I don't know what you don't come in here with all that perfection shit. Don't come in here telling me I hit a flat note. I heard I'm not sure if it was The Dream who spoke about it or somebody worked with Whitney. I think it was The Dream. Said they worked with Whitney Houston on something.
Maybe Wyclef, either Wyclef or like Ronnie Jerkins.
Wyclef.
Yeah.
Actually, he just said it on our on the JVP.
I figured,
Yes.
Yeah.
And he said he had the nerve to say, "Hey, that note is flat." And it was flat.
Right.
She said, "No, it's not, baby. No, it's not." And he listened back, and sure enough, he wasn't he wasn't wrong.
Right.
But it felt right.
Good. It wasn't, baby. It wasn't, baby.
And at that point, he was like, "Oh, I have so much to learn. I have learning in this business. Do you have mentors that you can lean towards? People who gave you direction, people who kind of like steered you creatively, or even in business?"
I feel like throughout my career, little bits and pieces there, I was so much a loner, and not that I had all the answers, but I was big on figuring it out. So I'll give a shout out to D-Dot. D-Dot played a very Derek D-Dot Angeletti.
I'm hearing a lot of people big. I was with a Salute's brother named Gino.
Okay. Yeah.
I was with him the other night, and he like spoke so highly of the AG. Same thing. They just spoke so highly.
D-Dot was different.
I hear a lot of stories about how influential he was on a lot of people.
And so let's stay here, because just to give him his flowers, So D-Dot is my son's godfather, right? And D-Dot was, is a part of the Bad Boy Hitmen. I was the youngest member in Bad Boy Hitmen. Bad Boy Hitmen, for those that are living under a rock. I know Puff is in jail right now, sending love and blessings and love and prayers up for my brother Puff. But what we can do is take away the genius.
Yeah.
Puff, hands down, one of the greatest of all times in music and fashion and swag and culture. We can go on and on. But Hitmen were the production team that Puff led, put together, handpicked, that produced everything. Biggie, Mace, Faith, 112, Danny Kane, Day 26, even like for Hove, Outside, Busta Rhymes, on and on and on. So I was one of the youngest producers under that imprint. And D-Dot was a huge mentor. Like, I used to drive to D-Dot's house. I lived in Yonkers. He lived in Jersey, right across the bridge. And I would drive to his house every week to get crates of records. And he had a whole garage full. That's right. And he would be like, "Yo, just come take what you need and then bring it back." I was like, "All right, cool." So I would go to his house, bring like whatever I can fit in my car, go back to the house, listen to them all, pick out what I love, make beats, boom, 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 bring the ones back I didn't use back, get a whole nother crazy. And he was always, give me tidbits on what I can change, what I can do to make better. So I would say him, Kevin Lyles. Kev, I would always see at the labels. He would always let me in his office when I first started. Always show love. Ended up starting to manage Trey, so I was on the road with him for quite some time. I call him the OG. And just life, not just business, but just life stuff, men stuff, fatherhood, like making the right decisions, thinking about things, owning. I'll never forget learning about owning up to what you do. Like if you F up, own it. Yeah. Just call it out, say what it was, take ownership of it, move on. Yeah. Learned that from him. I learned Kevin Lyles. It was him and Hove, learned that when you toast, when you have a drink, champagne, whatever, cognac, whatever, that you look people in the eyes when you toast.
Anybody that knows me, the minute I pick up a glass, the first thing I say, eyes.
I got that from him.
Eyes. Yeah.
I got that from him. And people be laughing and like they be like going around the room like, but I learned that, from the OG. So I got, and then there's people that's not a part of the business, my late bishop and pastor that passed away, Michelle White, that just taught me how to be like a gentleman. A man, open up the door, put your coat on, don't let women touch the doors, respect and dressing and being fly and being clean. Not saying that my parents did it, but like sometimes it takes an outside person to reiterate what they're saying and for you to really take it in. You just, you look at your parents like you're being annoying, but when you hear it from someone else, it makes a difference. And her son, he was the first black drummer that I saw in church. Because in school we're learning about drums, but it's jazz musicians, and they're not like us.
That's a fact.
So when I went to church and seen a whole band black, that was my first time seeing black musicians, and I was just like, "Yo, it's a whole different thing." So there's a lot of people that played, different parts in my life that I learned from. But when it comes to like the real raw business, my work ethic, what I do, just figure it out. Yeah. Figure it out, adjust, pivot. The kids ain't. I got it. We got to eat.
Yeah, I got a question. we can bypass it if need be. But I saw something recent, and salutes to Webb, DJ Webstar.
Okay.
That's I like being able to see people I just remember from being younger, and we all just came up and did great.
Yeah.
Had a conversation. They asked him about his feelings or just his relationship with Puff, right? And this is not a Puff question.
Yeah.
This is more of a, we come up in a game and we work with people not knowing the ins and outs of their life and what's going on. And we're so stuck on our shit. We trying to figure our life out, right? And whatever we find out. And of course, for us, it does not negate the experience we had.
Absolutely.
And it does not negate the benefits that came with working under certain people, right? But how do we as men, morally, I just already know where you stand as a man morally. I also know where Webb stands as a man morally. I know where I stand. How do we address some of these situations? Because for us, a lot of the people that like, even the Kels thing, just and for a lot of people, like I'm Michael Jackson to the day I die.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I've also had a lot of people give me pushback on how do we address some of the people who are our mentors or have helped us,
iconic figures.
How do we go about properly addressing these type of things without also going against our moral compass?
For me, amazing question, by the way. For me, I always say, who am I to judge? Who am I to judge? Who are you to judge? Who are you to judge, right? Everybody has their flaws, their wrongdoings, their issues, period, right? And what people like to do, I don't know if it's the like thing, what people tend to do is compare everyone's issues and shortcomings and fallings and, you know, that's his issue. You know, R. Kelly had his issue. Puff has his issue. You know, from what they say, Michael, I've still not have heard anyone come out and saying X, Y, Z. So I'm with you on the Michael thing, right? But for me, it's like, it's unfortunate. I don't like to see anyone hurt. Whether it's Puff, whether it's R. Kelly, whether it's the young ladies that was a part of the R. Kelly situation, which was whoever individuals was a part of Puff situation. I don't like to see anyone harmed in any way on both sides, right? But for me, it's just about, I always say it's between them and God.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to say. I've never experienced that. I'm grateful to have not, you know. And I'm a dig deep because I trust you. You're my brother. Like where, bro, there was parties going on. And I'm sitting here and I'm being a buck and I'm gonna look in the camera that I never got invited to, and I felt the way. I never got invited. I never was able to pull up to the LA crib. Everybody named Mama was at the LA crib. Never got invited to the LA crib. Never pull up to the crib here in New York. It was always the studio, or always an event, or always the club. That's it. And for years,
That's him. That's him.
For years, I felt away, and I've always been a man of spirituality, of morals, of values. Puff and I have had many conversations about God. I've rushed from the studio to go to the church. I've rushed from the church to go to the studio, so he knew who I was, where I stand, what I stood for. I was always with him and Cassie in the studio, and their and birthday dinners. Private, intimate moments. Not saying like that's those type, but you know what I mean. Like, never saw anything of that nature. Never saw whatever we learned of. Never saw it ever a day in my life. And I remember when this whole thing started happening, and they arrested him, and I was so hurt for him and for everybody that was involved. And I was sitting in my backyard, and what you just said was what the moment I had, and I rewinded every moment. All those moments of not getting any invites, all those moments of feeling left out, and I'm being raw and honest, of feeling like I'm not good enough, or I was like, well, maybe I'm not dope, maybe I'm not cool, maybe I don't dress fly, maybe, you know, I don't got enough money to be in those rooms. Like I'm telling myself all these different things, downplaying who I am. And then God was like,
no, I kept you from out the motherfucker. You weren't supposed to be there. For the right reason, yeah. That's an amazing realization to come to.
And again, I love Puff. And you know, that's my brother, that's my big brother, one of my biggest role models in the world. When I went to Cardinal Hayes High School, I used to dress like him. I still got the curly hair. I did the part in the center. Like, I wore the shades like him. I danced like him. Everything. And people used to laugh. And they used to call me Puff Daddy in school. Because that's who I wanted to emulate. That's who I wanted to be like musically. And my whole life, and it's by the grace of God, bro, everything I've dreamt of, everything I've spoken into existence happened. I said, I'm going to be a bad boy hitman one day. I'm going to be Puff. I told Puff in front of Harlem, in front of Rucker one day. I said, yo, but I'm going to be a part of your team. And he was like, all right, Playboy, that's what's up. What's your name? I said, my name is Amadeus. And he said, that's a dope name, Playboy. And that was it. I had a beat CD in hand. Never handed it to him because I didn't feel like it was the right moment. We had a game. He had a game. He ain't thinking about no beats. But I'm gonna just tell him my name.
I'm gonna make it. You'll figure a way. I'll double back. You're gonna have to see me.
I just want you to know my name.
Yeah.
And he said, yo, that name is a dope name, bro. That's why artists is very important about the name you choose. Producers, creatives, you know, it can't just be anything. It should have meaning. It should have value. You know, it should. But yeah, bro. So like, that's where I stand. It's between him and God. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, we all pray for forgiveness for whatever our shortcomings are. Your shortcomings might not be that, but we still have shortcomings. We still fall. We still sin. We still, you know, don't do everything correctly. And what's horrible is about entertainers and celebrities, they deal with everything in the limelight. For those that are sitting behind their computers or behind the cameras watching us as we live in front of the world, yeah, they can have the Twitter thumbs, Twitter fingers, the IG fingers, the YouTube fingers, the comments, and it's like, let's turn this camera off of me and you, off of Puff, off of R. Kelly, off of Michael Jackson, off of Justin Bieber, off of A$AP Rocky, who I was watching today. Let's put it on you. Let's put the light on you.
Yeah.
And let's open up your closet. What will fall out?
Yeah.
And I bet you we'll have a moment of silence.
I say this all the time. And coming to this realization was hard to come to, but I'm so glad that I'm at least aware enough to know and say it today. It sounds super dramatic, sounds super just out of whack, but I don't think I'd be alive if I made it. At that point, at the time that I was trying and really like wanted to be a part of I don't think I'd be around. Honestly.
That's real.
Like I was
That's real.
Mentally,
yeah.
I was just in a space of just no real standing. Like that's why I say when we go back to the discipline and just the structure, it's really important to point out. And I really want to like hone that in for the person that even feels like today, like damn, like I gotta get it together. I'm gonna be 43 this year. In another month, actually.
Dope. Which is a blessing, by the way.
When you talk to people about finally getting all the things together, and not even all the things, but getting the things that you should have, finally getting it together, and then you say the age, a lot of people say, damn, you late. And I'm like, you know what? Yes, but I'm there.
Right.
I got there.
Right.
I got the opportunity to get there.
Yeah.
Never mind what I missed out on. Never mind. But I'm there and I'm still able to work and present something worthy. And I know so many people who before me got there. And now today they have nothing to show for it. They can't even tell you what they did with any of the success that they achieved. Like I try to just, and when that happens, I'm like, it has to be that. It has to be him saying, you not ready for this. Because there's been plenty of, I've sat in the meetings, I've done the meetings with Mike Karen, I've done the Eric Nix meetings, the Sylvia Rome meetings, I've done I've done all the meetings.
Right.
All the meetings, and not me just like getting the call to come to the meeting. And something either I said or did or didn't present kept me from that next level up. And I know it's not because I didn't have it, it's because I was not ready for it.
That takes a lot. Like, not everybody can make that statement or be honest with themselves to do that. And you said something, right? And I don't want to forget it. You said missed. And for years, I used to think like, you know, do we miss out on opportunities, right? And I've to me, my personal opinion, we don't miss anything. Whatever is meant for us to happen is gonna happen if it's the right timing, right? When I was turning 40 years vintage, I was super nervous. I was a little uncomfortable. Turning 40, right? But like, man, I didn't do that yet. This. Is it over? Just too late. My sister, shout out to my sister Pearl, sent me a video. I can't forget her name. She's an actress. And she made a video about her not purchasing her dream home until she was 50 and getting her lead role until she was 50. And her father always wanted to have a barbershop. And he didn't open up his barbershop until he was 65 years vintage. And it's a huge success. And she sent me that video, bro, and I looked at that video on my birthday and was just like, I heard you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and we have to get out of our own way and out of our own minds and thought process of thinking it's too late. If you woke up today and God gave you life, bro, the millions of people, because that's how many people are in the world, more than that, millions of people probably didn't take a breath today. So if you woke up as we sit here, is another day, is another chance, and another opportunity for whatever those goals, dreams, aspirations, whatever you want to achieve. That's another opportunity to do so. The question of the day is for you, for me, for them. What are you doing about that?
Yeah.
What are you doing with the chance given to you? And only you, only I, only we can be honest with ourselves to say, are we really taking advantage of that other chance? Mm-hmm. Or are we saying this is what we want? Are we saying this is what we want to do and achieve, but we really not honing in on that? We really not applying ourselves and putting the work in that we know is necessary in order to obtain that. And if that's the case, the person you're letting down, there's two people. It's yourself and the man upstairs. It is a disservice and to me the highest level of disrespect to sleep on your gift. Mm. And he on right now. Yeah. When you told me about the artist thing and just I fight with that every other day. What keeps me going musically, because we got a whole we popping everywhere else. What keeps me going musically is me reminding myself every day, God gave this to you, bro. Mm-hmm. And God didn't give it to you to hone and to grow and to work on and to create it to be excellent, to hold it in. Because the business is different. Because of the politics. We're giving our gifts to share with the world. Mm-hmm. So the more you sit on your gift, the more you sit on your talent, it's disrespectful to him. And you're harming yourself and you're harming somebody else because someone else needs your gift. So it's not even about us. We made the money, we got the accolades, we got the plaques on the wall, that's cool. But there's people around the world that needs your voice, that needs your tone, that needs your pen. What you're saying on these tracks, the tracks that you're selecting, need you. Mm. And that's a real thing. So you may feel like, I trust me.
Yeah, no. Listen,
get it. I'm with you.
It's a consistent struggle, and it's not a struggle creatively. Yeah, it's always fall back to the business side. But then, like we said, we have a platform. If at bare minimum, I'll create and I'll share that with the people who are actually here for me.
Right.
Like you're essentially here for me, whatever I'm going to present, and I appreciate that so much, and I don't ever want to take that for granted. So if there's still one person out there,
bro, that's all
it's
that
like,
matters.
yo, bro, what's up?
I've learned that.
Yeah,
that's like when you mentioned going to the panel and going to the school, right? Every kid really, really need and want what you have to say. But it doesn't look cool to pay attention.
Well, of course, yeah.
So it's like, they're listening. Mm-hmm. They're going to give you a hard time. They're going to be disrespectful. They want to talk out of turn. They want to make jokes. But they're listening.
I know that because I'm that same kid. Mm-hmm. But I remember I listened. Mm-hmm. And it's so funny because even going back to just the raising of kids, I just had a whole summer of reminding myself how much I sound like my parents.
Yeah.
Like it was nasty. It was like literally sentences I was saying. I was like, oh shit, I heard my mom and dad say this before. And everything they were right. Yo, you're going to grow up and you're going to understand 100%. You don't get it now. But everything I'm telling you, you're going to grow up and you're going to understand it. And you're going to either wish you had listened or you might have listened and it worked out well for you. But before we finish, first I have to just say, your past music, you are a teacher at this point. You have taught a lot just from the conversation, but just in how you move, everything you're doing. I salute that.
Thank you, bro.
I think it has to be spoken to. I think some of what we're doing goes past just our musical talents. I think for me to even venture into this, I had to understand that I was bigger than just a person trying to sing.
Yes, sir.
There was something out there that I could present to help someone in a totally different field. So I want to honor that. I want to say thank you for coming up here. I think people need to hear you more.
Yeah.
Especially on platform.
Yeah.
People need to hear.
Yeah.
And also, your story is your story, but what you're doing now to me is probably more important.
You took it right.
Yeah.
It's what means the most to me right now. Like musically, I'm grateful to God of everything I've done, every song I've been a part of, every show, residency in Vegas, everywhere I played the drums. But it's like every second of the day, there's a new song coming out. There's a new creative. There's a new music producer. There's a new songwriter, and you can get lost in the shuffle. And we spoke about like Puff, right, where he's challenged at the moment, and he's trying to rebuild and come out of what he's been a part of, and hopefully grow and become a better person, right? But people immediately are trying to like shit on his history of like what was done. And Big Sean said, and I know we wrapping up, so I'm gonna get to it, but Big Sean said something really key. He said, only take 5 seconds to fuck up your Wikipedia. And that to me was one of the dopest, most real lines. We've worked so hard all our lives to create, to build our names, to be an imprint on the wall that never comes down. In 5 seconds,
get rid of all
can
that.
Change the whole thing. And for me, it's like you could forget about a record I've made, a show I've done, because like I said, there's a new song every day, it's a new creative every day. But me speaking life into you, encouraging you, motivating you, empowering you, inspiring you, educating you, telling you can just telling you can do it.
Yeah.
And then you go do it, not because of me, because of God allowing you to have all that's needed to do it, but then me just giving you a little push. That's what matters, bro. No one ever that has heard my voice, none of those kids they're gonna forget those words and those moments. And that's where I'm at. I'm still music, we're the same. Still doing music, still touring. I leave tomorrow. We got a show tomorrow in Tanzania, Africa. Tomorrow. Like tomorrow. And I'm grateful. And let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. And I said,
go Tanzania.
Tanzania. I'm trying to figure out how to say it. Flight set, fly out tomorrow. And even with me visiting there tomorrow and this week, like my whole mentality is different. Because you can be blessed and do things, but don't really appreciate what you've done. So like my whole appreciation, my mind, my heart is in a different space from the last time we visited Africa. I was in Africa. I stayed in a hotel room. That's just me. But like when you talk about discipline and staying out the way, it's like, what's out there for me?
Yeah.
And it could probably be a million amazing things.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I'm like,
yeah.
So now I was like, nah, I'm not going to stay in the room this time. I want to see the people. I want to see the food. I want to see the culture, because not everybody gets to go to Africa or any of these amazing places. And how dare I not take advantage of these blessings?
I have uncles who have never left Queens.
Bro, real talk.
I have people who I know have had the opportunity and are just scared to experience something different. That's just not, like, I know, like, salute to my P, I ain't gonna say anything, but they still live in Academy projects in Soundview, right? They make good.
Yeah, it's just what they know.
It's just what I know. I'm comfortable.
I'm comfortable right here.
I don't want to leave here. I don't even want to take a chance to see what else is out there. I like my rent-controlled apartment.
You know how many times I said to myself, I would love to go back to the 9 and just live in the projects. Got my parking spot at the end of the thing. And like you said, the rent is what it is. And I could just be fly and this ain't got to worry about no mortgage, no.
Listen, let me tell y'all niggas something. I moved all over the world, especially in New York. And my mom is the inspiration. The minute she saw one thing she ain't like, we out.
Yeah, I agree.
So my comfortability with just up and leaving is I can go anywhere and be fine. I can move tomorrow. If I had to move tomorrow out of the country, I would be fine.
Wow.
I'll figure. That's the one. That I love knowing that.
That's a gift in itself.
I have no problem going out here on this earth and making somewhere home.
Wow, that's dope.
Now there's a luxury to having an actual block. Like we have a segment I did on here from when we first started the Patreon, where I went to all the different hoods in the Bronx I lived in.
Word?
Not even all of them. I went to maybe 6 or 7. I lived in 20-something different spots. 20-something different spots. And about 16 of them was all in the Bronx.
Wow.
And I like knowing that I can adjust, but there's nothing like having a home.
Yes, sir.
There's nothing like having a place that you can go back to and say, yo, I can always exist here.
Man.
So I get that. But this has been great.
That's
I thank
amazing.
You so much for coming up here.
Thank you, my brother, for having me, man. It's super dope, bro.
For everyone watching, I just want you to know you should go do some research and you should go find out what this man has produced and been a part of musically. You're gonna be like, wait a minute, wait, he did that. Wait,
yeah,
it's the list is too long,
crazy, bro.
And you're still creating.
Yes, sir.
So please travel safely.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
You guys, I've heard you guys on the clips. I've heard you guys are still killing.
Thank you, brother.
I'm happy for you, man. I'm really happy for you.
Same.
I'm really happy for you.
Proud of you. Happy for the pivot. And like I said, man, your voice is needed. You know, not only in the podcast space, but in the music space as well. And congrats on dropping the single. I pray that does well and does all it needs to do and it inspires you more, to keep going, man. We need a Emanny Amadeus record.
Yeah, when you think the streets are getting that, Patreon got it right now. But when you think the
streets getting what?
No good.
No. They'll get that record when the EP or something drops. But I'm being very intentional about feeding here.
Yeah.
I'm being very intentional.
Yes, sir.
So many different platforms, Patreon, YouTube, and then music platforms. You have all the streaming sites. But this is going to sound, none of them pay like how this right here pays.
I like it.
And I'm not talking about just the finance. The fact that people are coming here to subscribe to this means a lot to me. You go get App or whatever, you get everyone's music for whatever price.
Yeah.
Here, you get here.
Right.
So that means you want to be here. So I thank everyone who is here, still here, and will come over. Amadeus, thank you once again.
Thank you, my brother.
Everyone, please go ahead. Can you give them your I hate doing that. Give them your IG.
Hey, man, it matters. It matters. Absolutely, man. Amadeus, PBM, AMADEUS, PBM on Instagram. Website is IamKingAmadeus.com.
Thank you guys once again for tuning in. We will catch you on the next episode. We do have we got Sayo back today, do we? Sayo is back today. So you're probably watching this and she's already entered. But I do want to say, please watch that episode because I have a lot that I'm going to say to Sayo. It's going to be hilarious. I'm going to get on Sayo. Joe, did you see Sayo's IG stories?
I did.
I looked this week.
I did.
Sayo was lit.
Should be outside.
She broke her shoes. Like that's when you know the shoes had a mouth. Like when you start going outside dancing and moving so much that the shoes
like that though, because obviously she's having a great time and she ain't standing on the wall and trying to be cute. Like
Sayo is out there. We call her out Sayo. Now she just let me leave her alone. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll catch you next episode. Peace.
Big Bronx energy. You heard?